What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Buccaneers franchise. Man, it has been a while since we have been with this series. It's been, wow, I think about a month or so, maybe even longer at this point now, because it's just been such a whirlwind for me the last couple of months, as you guys know. But I saw all the comments that you guys left on the channel update video stating that you guys wanted me to continue this franchise, and I'm happy to hear that, because I feel like we didn't finish this story. And even though we might have to do this in a little bit more of a sped up type of situation, that there is still some stuff to be learned yet about our Tampa Bay Bucs journey. So I am happy to be back, and I am gonna be honest, guys. I'm a little lost. Like, I know we're pushing for the playoffs. We're 2 games away from the playoffs. It looks as if we should have at least a wild card spot wrapped up, if not the division. But we have some stuff to go through first beforehand. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to sim. And if things go well this week, I think we're going to sim next week and just get to the playoffs, because we do need to hurry this along now, thanks to the issues that I had with my PC and all the stuff that it put down. But before we get into that, we have to take a little bit of a recap here and just look around and see what this file is up to, again, to make sure we all are refreshed and ready for the next few episodes of the series. So we are sitting at 11-4. This week is going to be the Seahawks. Next week, we close it out with at home against Carolina, who we just beat 20-17 the week prior. Here is a quick recap of the standings around the NFL. We are the second best team, of course, tied with 3 other teams, the Bills, Titans, and Browns at 11-4. But we are right now considered the second best team in the entire league. It has us as the first seed in the playoffs right now, and hopefully that continues. Right behind that, we have the Chiefs and the Eagles at 10-5, the Cowboys, Giants, 49ers, and Falcons at 9-6, Chargers and Colts at 8-7, and then we get to the teams below 500. Now, of course, most of these teams are already out of the picture. Probably won't be seeing a lot of them in the playoffs. Potentially the NFC North, though, because they have a very weak division. Not a single team has a winning record. So we know at least one of these teams is going to make it. So right now it looks to be like the Lions might be. I'm not sure if it's the Lions or Packers. Let's go and find out here, because that is an interesting situation. It is the Lions. So all of the teams are 7-8. That is, you don't see that very often. So this is quite literally anybody's division. There isn't a team even a game behind outside of division record, being the tiebreaker. And then let's look around the rest of the NFC. So here is our division. Of course, we are 2 games up on the Falcons, who we just had a revenge game against a few weeks back. The Panthers we just beat last week. They are way down there. And the Saints are sitting at 3-12. So really, it's down to the Falcons. If the Falcons can put together 2 games in a row, there might be a possibility for them to take the division away. I could be wrong on that, but they do right now actually have a better divisional record than us. So it very well would be the fact that the Falcons would take that away from us if we falter. We have one more division game to potentially get to 4-2, but even that, we already are. There's no way for us to finish better than them in the division at all. We only have one more game left in the division. So we have to stay ahead of the Falcons. So what we're going to do is, if we can win this week and the Falcons lose this week, that should wrap us up as the division champs, and that will allow us to simulate into the playoffs and just do the playoff game today. I think that would be fun. In the East, the Eagles are sitting atop at 10-5, the Cowboys and the Giants both behind them at 9-6, and then the Commanders way down here at 3-12. Not as widespread as the NFC North, but it's pretty close. I mean, 3 teams all within a game of each other. So that should be interesting for the final weeks of the season. And then in the West, the 49ers clinging on with a 9-6 record, and the Rams behind them at 7-8. So it appears that the 49ers have already pretty much wrapped it up, especially with some of the other performances. I mean, we could see a few teams from the NFC East make it just because of the rest of the teams, like the North being so weak. But the West looks to be pretty much wrapped up. The 49ers do have one more division game yet, so that will probably say a lot of what is about to happen. And it looks like it's going to be against the Cardinals, who are the only other team without their 6th win. So if they can beat the Cardinals, they pretty much should have the division. AFC North, the Ravens and the Browns both having very good records, 12-3 and 11-4. So while both of them have already clinched the playoffs, there is no guarantee of which one will be in the division leaders category here. And then both Bengals and Steelers look like they have already thrown their chances away. Titans clearing up their division 11-4. Colts following at 8-7. The Bills have wrapped up their division 11-4. Wow, a lot of very tough roads for a lot of teams. Chiefs 10-5, and then the Chargers 8-7, and then we're back to the NFC. So it looks like this year, especially, all of the good teams are like, there is not much up for debate, right? Like, you know, the teams that are going to be good, and then it falls off a cliff to where it's a lot of teams just sort of there, right? I would say these first 11 teams. I mean, yeah, you could throw the Chargers, Colts in there, but I just feel like all of these teams have 9 wins. There's 11 teams with 9 wins. A few of these guys are going to sneak in because of, you know, tiebreakers and division standings and all that. But for the most part, you know who are the good teams, and a lot of these teams, it's just really in the middle, just packed with a bunch of people. And here's a quick recap of the stats. So Tyler Chambers looking pretty decent for his rookie season. 3,700 yards, 29 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Rachaad White just hitting that 1,000-yard barrier last week, 3 touchdowns. Samuel stealing all the touchdowns once again with 9 on the season. Chris Godwin, another 1,000-yard performance and a double-digit touchdown year for him. Taylor Wharton behind him with 742 and 6 touchdowns. James Blake, very close to being our second leading receiver, 728. So what, 14 behind? Yeah, 14 behind Taylor Wharton. So he has had a huge season. Trey Palmer getting himself involved quite a bit this year. So overall, some good stuff by our wide receivers. And then on defense, Devin White has stepped up to take over that Levante David role very well. 19 tackles for loss. Anthony Moore right behind him. And the sacks department, Frankie Louvu having a season. 12.5 sacks. Jermaine Johnson, though, started really making a lot of noise the last, I would say, month of the season. Now he's up to 9 sacks. Devin White with 6. Timmy Baker with 5. He had a couple of good games lately. So the defense really starting to come along, and one person, Najee Flowers, man, this guy has just been such a joy to watch, and I'm really excited to see what he can do in the future. I hope that we can continue to build him up and turn him into a quality safety. If not a starter, at least like a rotational player, sort of like how I'm going to use the Vikings as an example because that's my team, like Josh Metellus, right? How they'll have him moving all around the field and playing in different areas to try and, you know, just maximize the talent that they have on the team, even though there's not 3 safeties on the field most of the time. So I'm hoping we can do something like that with Najee Flowers if he can't develop into a full-fledged strong safety. So we have some good young talent there as well. And then across the NFL, Patrick Mahomes leading the way, 28 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Joe Burrow behind him. Jamario Weathersby having a pretty decent performance later on in the yards category, but his interceptions have been a problem all season long. 17 interceptions through 16 games. That is not good. Quite a few quarterbacks actually in the double-digit range. Daniel Jones 10, along with Tyler Chambers, as we know. Trey Lance with 11. Denzel Pearson 13. So it seems to be a lot of the younger quarterbacks. Bryce Young with 13, the ones experiencing such issues. And then who would have saw it? Desmond Ridder having an absolute meltdown this season. So I guess this has been 2 years in a row, but 2 years ago, this man had 39 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. So still a lot of interceptions, but he was at least throwing the ball well. So then last year, a down year, 19 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. This year, another 19 interceptions to only 28 touchdowns. So it just seems as if Desmond Ridder is just going backwards in his career. And I'm wondering what is going to happen with the Falcons in the near future, because they can't keep this trend up. I mean, you got to have a quarterback that can play in your system, especially when you have talented players on this team. Like the Falcons are not a slouch of a team. They have Bijan Robinson, who at this point is pretty much the best running back in the league, 13 touchdowns on the season. You have Drake London, AJ Osborne, who, I mean, he's past his prime definitely, but he still is a quality playmaker. Jaleel Shelton, who is a rookie that bursts onto the scene. Kyle Pitts, of course, a freak of nature at the tight end position. And it's just a lot of quality players on this team, and the defense starting to come around a little bit as well. So to have a guy like Ridder just completely bringing down the rest of the team, it's got to be tough to watch. And then when you think about the fact that they're sitting in second place in the division. They're 9-6, right? So that's almost worse than if you have that kind of a season on a team like the Saints with the 3-12 record. Like, there's no doubt that some of these horrible performances by Ritter have cost them the division. They were sort of running things at the beginning of the season, and Ritter had a really good game and a good start to the season, and then it just fell off a cliff. So the Falcons not making it is going to almost 100% be because of Desmond Ritter. Josh Jacobs leading the league in rushing. Behind him is Nick Chubb, Jonathan Taylor, and then Bijan Robinson. Let's go down the list here a little bit for each category. Receiving, CeeDee Lamb, actually the best receiver in the league. 13 touchdowns, 1,297 yards. Cooper Kupp behind him with 7 touchdowns and 1,270 yards. Justin Jefferson, of course, at the top of the list, along with Stephon Diggs and Zay Jones, another Cowboy. So Cowboys having a lot of success in the passing game this season. Jamar Chase, Chris Godwin not too far behind, Brandon Ayuk. So a lot of good receivers, and we're not seeing too many new faces up in this area. It's still a lot of the guys that were already making a name for themselves or just had a breakout year the year prior. So we'll probably see that in the next few seasons. Defensively, Devin White is actually leading the league in tackles, 142. Sacks, Aaron Donald still playing, 13.5 sacks for him. And then TJ Watt, 13.5 as well. And then Frankie Louvu in at third there. Interceptions, Marshawn Lattimore and Fred Warner tied for 6 interceptions apiece. L'Jarius Sneed at 5. Warner having 6 interceptions just shows how freak of an athlete he is at the linebacker position. I mean, the next best thing is Drew Sanders down here at 4 for the Broncos, but everybody else is an actual secondary player. And then here's Fred Warner just putting himself in the category of a defensive back, essentially. And then here is another look at the playoff picture. So as we know, we are the number 1 seed, the Eagles at number 2, 49ers at 3, Lions at 4, Cowboys 5, Giants 6, and the Falcons at 7. The Ravens at the number 1 seed, followed by the Bills, the Titans, the Chiefs, Browns, Chargers, and the Colts. And then let's take another look at this area. We have about 55 million left to be able to use towards re-signing players. The question though is, are there players worth re-signing in my mind? And that's really been what I've been struggling with all season. I feel like I have offered some players something at some point, but I guess I didn't. But we have all of these players now. So let's just go back through them again and make sure that everybody that I want is going to be coming back. Chase McClellan. I would like to bring him back, but I just don't want to overpay for him too much. So let's see if he is willing to bend the needle a little bit here. We'll just go up to 1.6. So that's 2 years, 8 million total. And there we go. We got our kicker back. So that is good. I'm just going to start from the front, I guess. Zonovan Knight. He is only 24. He is 75 overall, but I just feel like we have a good stable of backs right now, and I don't want to put another 7.5 million towards a running back. You know, we have Rachaad White, Daquan Samuel, and we have Rashad Barr, who has exploded onto the scene for us between the upgrades he's gotten and, you know, how fast he is and all that stuff. So for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to withdraw the offer on Zonovan Knight. Cade Otton was somebody that I was hoping to trade. He has been a quality backup. He does have a lot of interest in re-signing. But do I want to spend 3 years, 20 million on him? I'm going to come back to him because I do like Cade Otton. It's really just the dollar amount. Am I okay with giving him that contract? Or is there somebody I could find cheaper in free agency or in the draft to back up James Blake? Gervon Dexter, he is very young. The only problem I have is I'm not paying him $5 million. I just can't. I would like to. I don't know how that makes sense. Like, so what I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer him a lesser contract, a smaller bonus per se. I doubt he'll take this, but this is probably what I'm willing to pay. 3.5. I just don't see him being worth 5. So yeah, okay, it's only 1.5 million, but that stuff adds up, you know? It does add up. And he's actually a little bit on the young side. So actually, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to do, let's see if he's willing to do a multi-year deal. Because if he is willing to do a multi-year deal, then it might be worthwhile. So if I was to do a 3-year deal, like this here, 3 years, 15 million. 3 years, 15. I changed my mind. I'm going down to, we'll go 14-1. Yes, I don't know. I know he's going to want a bigger one. I'm just going to go 3 years, 13.5. 3 years, 13.5. That's what I just don't want to pay him $5 million a year. I want to keep him. I do, but I just not for that price tag. So I changed my mind. We're going to go 3 years, 13.5, and hopefully he keeps that. And he does. Perfect. That's a good offer. I'm glad we got the deal done. We'll come back to Otten. Duke Shelley. I can't bring the Duke back, man. I just can't. As much as I would like to. We just have too many young players at that position. You think about it, we have Dean and Davis right now as our 1 and 2. Bronson is coming on strong. I really like Christian Izien and I like Emmett Thomas. And these guys are never going to get a chance to grow into something with Duke Shelley here. I need to be able to let these guys play or bring in somebody younger because Duke Shelley is 28 years old. I mean, we can't just pretend that that's not a thing. So I think that I would like to bring these two back and then let Duke Shelley hit free agency, as much as that hurts my feelings, because he did play very well for us last season and this season when he's had times to get on the field. Bronson has pretty much took over that role as he should have, but Shelley did provide some great relief for us in the slot when asked to do so. And speaking of corners, here's Christian Izien, and I'm going to go ahead and offer him a deal. I would like to offer him a 2-year deal. So I'm just going to do this. $2 million on salary, $900,000 bonus for almost 6, and we'll just see if he takes it. If he doesn't, I'm not going to give him something different. I'm just not. Okay, he's happy to sign. Great. I am glad he decided that. And then here's Emmett Thomas. So right away, and this one I do want to keep at a longer pace. So we're gonna go here. I want to go 3 year. We're gonna go 3 years, 12 million. I think that's a quality number. It's a little on pace with what Dexter got, but the fact that Thomas is buried on the depth chart is keeping his amount that he's requesting down a little bit. So 3 years, 12, and that gives us a good young corner to build up, just like we did Bronson. And he takes it. Perfect. I like that. Walker Little is somebody that we just got. We got to keep Najee Flowers. Like, that's not even a question. Like, there's nothing about Najee Flowers that's going to make me not re-sign him. I'm sorry. I'm going to re-sign him to a 4-year deal. I like him that much. I'm going to give him a very player-friendly deal. There we go. Najee Flowers is done and out of the way. And you know what I've decided? I think I'm going to let Cade Otton walk. I was just thinking about it. We're going to go ahead. We're going to move on from Otton. He's done well for us, but we need some new blood in there. 26 years old. He's 75 overall. He's asking for 20 million. It's time to move on. JoJo Dawkins, another one that I want to keep on the roster. He hasn't gotten a lot of time, but I saw some good things out of preseason testing, so I want to try and build off of that a little bit. But I can't do too much. Oh, he's going to be like this? Well, bro, I'm going to tell you right now, I could just put you on the practice squad, and then I'll get a 2-year deal right after the season. So don't start with me. But anyway, we'll move on. Josh Jones. I feel like it's time for us to move on from Josh Jones. Yep, he's 28. He's a 75 overall. He has zero interest in coming back here. He wants 13 million over 2 years. We need to find a new blood at right tackle. It's been something I've been putting off since the start of this franchise. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to withdraw offer on Josh Jones. Justin Jones on the other end. I'm going to have to let him walk too. I just can't do it. I like having him on the team, but he's going into he'll be 30 after this season. He wants 9 million as a backup to Vita Vea. He has had to come in and play for us, but I just feel like we can get something better somewhere else. So I'm going to let him walk. I mean, who knows? Maybe we can, bring him back in free agency. Marlon Davidson. A lot of these guys, man, are asking for a lot of money. They really are. And I get it because they're, we're just going to redo the whole tight end room. We're going to get rid of Donald Parham Jr. as well. I will bring back Okorafor if he's willing to, because he brings us something at the right tackle position for now, and he's not asking for as much money. So I'm going to go here and just give him a 1 year. Perfect. There we go. Walker Little is somebody that I really would like to bring back as well. He's young. He's a quality piece there. Wants 4 million. I'm just going to offer this and see. Okay, he took that as well. Perfect. We have pretty much said no to everybody. Uma Adoga. No, I think we're gonna let him test. William Golston. I say this every year, but I'm not gonna re-sign him again. I know I've said that the last 2 off seasons. I can't do it. Christian Garner, the punter, we're definitely bringing him back. There's no reason not to. I'm gonna sign him to a very player-friendly deal. Give him some decent money. There we go. Boom. He is back in the fold. I don't like having to worry about kickers and punters in the off. Just don't like it at all. Marlon Davidson. No, I think I'm gonna let him test too. I just feel like there's a lot of fringe players on this team that either I can bring back in free agency without a lot of competition, or I can find somebody similar to them that'll offer the same thing, right? Nick Morgan, I'll offer him this, but I don't think he's gonna take it. Oh, wow, he did. Okay. Maybe he realized that fullback is not a very big position. You just need to take what you can get. So the only 2 things we have left then is Kalijah Cansey, and if I'm going to take his offer, which I guarantee you I'm not going to, I'm not paying, just like I did with Jermaine Johnson, I'm not paying him $15 million for 1 season. I'm just not going to do it. He hasn't earned it. Johnson, on the other hand, has earned another contract, and he got that contract through his play. Cansey has to prove something to me. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I really think that I'm gonna be looking for competition for him this offseason, whether that be through a veteran or through the draft, because we just haven't seen a lot of oomph from our defensive ends, right? Baker's had a few good games, a few good spurts, but Cansey, while he's come on the last few weeks, right now he's not making sense for a $15 million a year guy. So he's not going to be accepted. The only person left that I really would like to get back is JoJo Dawkins, just because he's a beast of a receiver. Not overall wise, but just 6'3", 234. I love me the big body receivers, man. You guys know this. And he doesn't want to come back, which hurts my feelings, but I'll find a way because I always do. All right, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and get the week simmed, and then we will see the outcome around the league, and hopefully that is good news. Oh, wow. So it looks like the... It looks like the Seahawks got the best of us. Crap game. And we lost 31-28. Oh, that's not good. Shoot. We have quite a bit of upgrades, so we'll take care of those right away. Tristan Wirfs. And for him, we'll do Agile for him. Oh, wow. He got a lot. Look at that. A whole bunch of upgrades for him. Taylor Wharton next up, and I think I'm gonna go Playmaker for him. Yeah, I'm gonna go Playmaker for him. See what we get out of that. 2 awareness, 3 ball carrier vision, 2 break tackle, 2 catch in traffic, 2 short route running. He didn't really go up in overall, but that's actually a really big upgrade. He got a lot of extra stuff there, stuff that he needed. So his carrying, that's something I would like to be able to get up. Stiff arm, not that important, but now his ball carrier vision is up to a 90. That's good to see. Anthony Moore. So we have a lot of good players that are getting upgrades too. Anthony Moore, Tyler Chambers, and Jermaine Johnson. Anthony Moore, we're going to go with... I think I'm going to go run stopper here. Agility, block shedding, hit power, play rec, and tackle. That's a good upgrade. Very good upgrade for the young linebacker. Tyler Chambers also getting one. And we are going to go... almost have to go field general here. Two awareness, 1 mid, throw under pressure. Okay. And then last but not least, Jermaine Johnson. And we are just going to keep going with speed rusher, I believe. Actually, I really need to get him. No, we're going to keep going speed rusher. No question about it. Acceleration, finesse, tackle, and zone coverage. And I know what I said, but I feel like I'm just still going to sim. We have to get through this season, guys. We really do. So we're going to get to the playoffs, and that's going to be the game we watch today. I'm hoping that we make it there as a division round team. And right now we are the #1 seed, so hopefully we can hold on to that. But yeah, we're just going to keep going with it because we need to get this done. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to sim, get the weekly strategy done, and then I'm going to sim this week, and I will see you guys in the playoff week. All right, we have made it to the wild card round. Yes, we did finish out with a win, 27-21. Let's go back and take a quick peek at those two games just to see how things went for us. All right, so these are the two games that we simmed. So in the loss to the Seahawks, it was 31-28. Tyler Chambers only had one touchdown, 320 yards. Not too bad. Denzel Pearson, no touchdowns at all, 197 yards. And it looks like it was a lot of rushing. So Kenneth Walker went off 17 for 144 and 2 touchdowns. Taquan Samuel, where is Rachaad White? Oh, was he hurt maybe? He must have been. So Samuel had to step in. He got 1 touchdown. Rashad Barr had a touchdown and Nick Bodden. Okay, so just really a bunch of rushing touchdowns, it looks like. Taylor Wharton had a big day, 9 catches, 138 yards and a touchdown. Trey Palmer, 6 for 85. Okay, like to see that. Defensively, Caleb Christie led the game with tackles with 10. The Seattle Seahawks, like all 4 of their defenders are the top 4 for that. That's crazy. Jermaine Johnson had a sack. He was the only player that had a sack for our team. Everything else was Seattle. Wosu had 1. Diggs and Williams each having 2. Interceptions, there was no interceptions. Was there any turnovers? No turnovers. And then that brings us to the last game, which was another win. Tampa Bay, we won 27-21. And in that game, once again, only 1 touchdown for Tyler Chambers, 233 yards. Bryce Young, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Miles Sanders, 17 for 65. Rachaad White, there he is. He's back, 16 for 46 and a touchdown. Samuel got involved a little bit with another touchdown. Taylor Wharton, once again, receiving leader of the game. 8 catches, 99 yards. David Njoku, 7 for 86. Jonathan Mingo, 5 for 74. Okay, and then defensively, okay, we had another, once again, only 1 sack, and it was Jermaine Johnson. And then another 3 from the Panthers, Von Bell, Boogie Basham, and then Derek Brown and Brian Burns teaming up for 1. Interception, Ryan Neal had the only interception of the day. Any fumbles? No fumbles. No safeties, no touchdowns. Okay, so something to keep an eye on, though, is that loss almost cost us because the Falcons ended up winning out. So if we would have ended up losing twice, we would have lost not only the #1 seed, but we would have probably also lost the division. So luckily for us, we're able to finish off strong against the Panthers. We do have a couple of upgrades that we'll end up doing. First, though, we're going to go ahead and get to the wild card or the division round to see who we are facing. And also, let's take a look at this week's schedule. So these are the matchups we have. We have Indianapolis going on the road to take on Kansas City. The LA Chargers going to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Cleveland going to visit Tennessee. Philly visiting Dallas. That should be a pretty good game. The Giants going to the 49ers. And the Falcons going to Green Bay. All right, so we are in the division week, and we are going to be taking on the Eagles in our first game, and it is going to be a tough matchup. 92 overall offense, 83 overall defense. So that tells me we could be in for a lot of offensive, maybe some big plays on both sides of the ball. Hopefully our defense can, keep things in check, but they have a very, very potent offense. And look at those stats from Jalen Hurts. 24 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 3,856 yards passing through the air, 96 overall. It's going to be a big test for sure. And let's just see where the playoffs finished off. So starting over in the NFC, we had the Eagles beating the Cowboys. So the 7th seed ends up taking it home and knocking out the Cowboys. That's big. Wow. And every underdog won. What? The same thing over here. Guys, is this scripted? Is this literally every underdog won week 1 of Wild Card Weekend? There's no way, man. Please don't tell me that even this is scripted. That's gonna really ruin my day. There's no way that's a coincidence, right? I mean, this one, I can see. The Cowboys, Eagles, they were battling it out for the most part. This one, I don't think makes sense. And I don't know. We know that the Falcons have had their streaks, but this is just weird, man. Every single lower seed beat the higher seed, which means everybody that was playing at home lost. That is strange, man. So now we have to worry about not only that, but the fact that this is the 7th game of the playoffs, and there has yet to be a home winner. Can we be that first team? So we just saw the stats for Jalen Hurts. Here is what they have done on the ground. A lot of running. DeAndre Swift, 14 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, 10. And A.J. Dillon, 10. So they like to run the ball a lot, which means we're probably going to be focusing heavy on stopping the run. Scott Carter even getting himself involved, the rookie running back out of Ole Miss. But yeah, they have 36 touchdowns, 37 touchdowns on the ground in one season. That might be a record. Devontae Smith even still having a good season despite the fact that they decided to run it all the time, apparently. 1,000 yards, 14 touchdowns, but he was pretty much the only man. Everybody else, Keegan Douglas, I mean, had over 800, but 3 touchdowns. Goddard with only 2 touchdowns. A.J. Brown having a historically bad season, I would say. 602 yards and 1 touchdown? That doesn't seem right. So this team likes to run the ball. We're going to have to be ready for that for sure. And then on defense, Miles Jack leading them. They also have Sidney Brown, who has been up in the run game quite a bit for them. Josh Sweat is their main threat on the edge, along with Jalen Carter coming inside. Isaiah Rodgers leading them with 3 picks. Bradbury and Ringo with 2 for their own, and then 2 more, 1 apiece for Nakobe Dean and Sidney Brown. And this week, we are definitely going to be focusing on the run between Swift, Dillon, and of course Hurts. We got to be ready for them to run it at us all the time. So we are definitely going to be focusing there. They've also had a tough time in pass defense this year, so we are definitely going to be throwing it medium in this game. And then as for the game plan goals, I mean, this one, I think, get 1 interception. That would be probably good. Allow 2 or less passing touchdowns. I'll take that one. Allow 20 points or less, 300 yards. And then we want to win. Let's shoot for 15 first downs. Let's try to have some consistency on offense. And there we go. I'm going to go ahead and do the final weekly strategy here before the game, and then I will see you guys for the Eagles game. It is time for the playoffs to start. We are here at home, ready to take on the Eagles. Had a good week of practice, got a couple of upgrades. But now it is time for us to see if we are ready for this next stage, and that is to make some noise in the NFC. Tyler Chambers coming off of an excellent rookie season. Some of our other players, that we expected to step up haven't exactly stepped up, but we did find some new talent along the way, and now it's a chance for them to show that they have what it takes to take this team to the next level. And we're going against one of the toughest teams available in the playoffs. Granted, they were the 7th seed, but they are a 92 overall offense for a reason. And we are going to be starting things off on defense to see that offense that I just mentioned. Jalen Hurts coming out. We saw his stats before the game. We know what he's bringing to the table. 3,800 yards, 24 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. He has done a great job of protecting the football this season. And they've also been a very big component in the run game. Will they try that right here on this opening play? This will look, they're going to throw out of it. We send heat. He gets rid of it quickly to Swift out of the backfield, and it's a pickup of 2 yards. Ryan Neal coming down immediately to bring him out in the flats. Devin White almost got home on that blitz. I like that we called an early blitz there. Just keep them off their game a little bit, and there goes the first handoff, and it goes for a big run. A gain of 10 to the 44. Swift on the inside run out of the zone, or out of the shotgun formation. And after a good return in that run, they're already out to the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Hurts takes another snap. Quick drop under pressure, and he goes down. Vita Vea with the sack as Frankie Louvu decided to just, I guess, play freeze. I don't know what he's doing back there. He was frozen. 2nd and 16 now. Another handoff to Swift, but we read it perfectly. Devin White gets around the edge and meets him at the line. 3rd down to go, and it's a long conversion needed, about the 44, 46-yard line. Hurts right away, push out of the pocket. He's going to run with it. No, he decides to throw it away, and we'll get the stop on the opening drive. And the punt rolls out of the back of the end zone, which is going to set us up at the 20-yard line for Tyler Chambers' first taste of the pro season here. 31 touchdowns, 10 interceptions to finish out. He only had 2 touchdowns the final 2 weeks of the season. We know that he's never been a very strong stats guy from the quarterback level. Let's see what he's got today. 1st and 10. Chambers immediately push out of the pocket. He's going to let it go over the middle, and he finds an open Palmer out across the 40 for a gain of 24. Big time play, extending the play, and then finding Palmer on that in-breaking route, lofting it over the head of the secondary there. That looked like the safety underneath. 1st and 10. We're going to stay in shotgun here. Handoff. No, it's read option. Chambers with space. Down to the 44 again, this time in Philly territory, a pickup of 12. We saw the read option happen a few times in previous episodes, and it did have some pretty good turnouts for us as White takes it for his first carry, and he'll get 6. So early on, offense clicking just like it has been for us in the regular season. It's 2nd and 4. Another shotgun. Quick pass. Godwin open. And he's got it down to the 29. A very quick and easy hitch route to the slot. And we're just going in every direction right now at Philly. Quarterback run, halfback takes the handoff, of course. Deep pass over the middle, short pass. And now we're going to go deep left side to find Blake, who takes a huge shot but holds on through the contact and gets it down to the 6. It was Ringo who tried to knock that ball loose, but he could not get it done. And our young tight end making another big play, as we've seen him do so many times before in these situations. 1st and goal. Split to the right. Chambers, quick snap, blitz coming. We pick it up. Chambers finally gets rid of it, and it's just thrown away. The blitz finally got home, and he lives to see another day. Throwing it out of the back left side of the end zone. 2nd and goal. Same formation it looks like here. And another another pass, and that one is almost intercepted. It was Ringo again. He could not hold on. I don't know if he was surprised to see the ball come his way. But now, after that, it's going to set us up 3rd and goal. Another pass, this time on a single back, and it leads to the touchdown. It's Trey Palmer on the slant. Easy 6 for us, and we're going to go up early. And they'll come back out here, 2nd drive. Down by 7 now. Hurts going to go right back to Swift. And Swift trying to cut it back away from Vea, but he's able to get the angle on him and bring him down. It will count for a gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Oh, a little pitch play out of the shotgun, but it is read perfectly by Najee Flowers, who gets over there to bring him down after just a yard. That was a really, I like that play. It just did not work. We saw it coming. 3rd and 8. Blitz is coming. Bronson screaming off the edge. Hurts forced backwards, and he's going to lose it after getting hit by Luvu. They will recover it at the 19, but it's going to bring up yet another 4th down. This defense playing lights out so far. We are back out here, up 7-0. Oh, handoff. Samuel trying to push the pile forward. He will do just that. He'll get 4. Love seeing Samuel get up there and just push that pile forward. I just like seeing the power out of him more. I just don't see it as much as I would like to. And there's another beautiful shot to Godwin. Chambers doing some wonderful things on the move. The last time was to Palmer. This time it's Godwin coming across the field, and Chambers just putting it on a dot on the move, off the wrong foot as well. Gets us inside the 40 of Philly. Quick snap. Chambers going to take off with it, sliding down at the 34, a quick gain of 5. Seeing that now as well, where he will run in a passing situation. Like I said, we've just been throwing so many things at this defense that they really have to, they can't assume anything. And there's a handoff to Rachaad White, 2nd one of the day. Another gain of 5 for him. That'll lead us to a 3rd and short situation. Offset eye. for Samuel. And it's going to go to Samuel. And Philly trying to bring him down, but they will not get it done in time. He hesitated a little bit, almost cost us the first, but he ends up getting just enough. As we wind down to the final 2 minutes of this first quarter, Chambers once again a quick snap, under pressure, steps up, spins around, finds a wide open Godwin, and he is down to the 6 once again. Absolutely incredible display by Chambers there to figure out, okay, this is where the pressure's coming from. Let me move around a little bit in this pocket, buy myself some time, let my guy come open. And Godwin does just that. And now we find ourselves with another chance at a touchdown, and we're going to start it off with Samuel, it looks like. Big formation here, goal line set. And it is a handoff right up the gut, and it'll go for a short gain of 2. Not a whole lot there. Smith in on the stop. We're going to stay in this, we just flip it. And now it's a pitch play, and Samuel got blockers in front of him. And just push out of bounds at the 1. I really thought he was going to get there. But Philly did a good job of containing that edge, getting some defenders over there just enough to shut it down. Now once again, 3rd and goal. And this time it's White going to take it in and finish this drive off. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. We're opening up the playoffs with a bang right now. All right, 3rd attempt for Philly. They have not had any success so far. And, oh man, a quick shot to Douglas. Completed for a gain of 4, but he pays for it. That play will end the first quarter. So here we go. 2nd and 6 for Philly. Pistol look, handoff to Swift right side. He's got a lane, and he's got it out to the 33. A nice pickup of 9. Best run of the day for him. Oh, no, he had that 110-yarder early on in the day, so that was 2nd best run for him. 3rd down. Another, oh, this time they'll run a read option, and Hurts gets it to the 45, brought down after 12. Anytime you see a quarterback actually take a hit in this game, you're always expecting them to potentially fumble the ball. And luckily, Hurts does not do that. Holds on, gives his team another chance. And there goes Swift, getting bounced around by his lineman, unable to get through the lane. It'll cost them for just a gain of 1. But rushing has been their priority today. 7 of their 10 plays been on the ground. Hurts now over the middle. Once again, it's a short throw, and it's A.J. Brown on the catch. But that one's only going to go for 3. They really need to start pushing this ball down the field a little bit if they want to get this defense off balance. 3rd and 7. Hurts taking a bigger drop back here. Might be doing just that, but he'll run out of time as Frankie Louvu back there for yet another sack. 3 sacks for us already. And that is going to make it yet another punt as Philly is just grasping for something here. So Philly finally gets themselves a stop. It was a quick 3 and out for our offense. A short run and then 2 incompletions. 1st and 10 now. Oh, and there's an incompletion for Hurts as well. Trying to go over the middle. Carlton Davis able to bat that ball down. On 2nd, Hurts pushed out, spins around, finds a wide open Douglas over the middle. Similar to what we saw Chambers do a few times today. And it leads to the biggest play of the Eagles' day so far. Wow, that thing was a duck. You see that thing just flopping around. My gosh. But it got the job done. Douglas hauled it in. And let's see if Philly can build a little momentum here as A.J. Brown makes the tough catch against Davis. And he'll move the chains again. Back-to-back plays has Philly in field goal range. And off to Swift. He is met by White after just a couple. Nice stop there. I'm Philly. I'm going to keep attacking the air. That seemed to be working the most so far in this drive. Oh, no, they're going to run it again. Swift. There was nowhere to go. Excellent pursuit by our defense. He tried to go outside initially. That was cut off, and then he cut back inside to 3 of our defenders, and it was just not going to happen. 3rd down, And another sack. Again, it's Dexter. This defense has been getting pressure all day long. And that is going to force Philly to attempt a field goal. 4 sacks today. But they will at least get some points. 14-3 here in the second quarter. Oh, Chambers calling an audible here. Let's see what he sees. 1st and 10. Chambers, quick snap, trying to throw it, but he goes down. Jalen Carter gets the sack. First sack for Philly, but Chambers saw something downfield. It looked like he might have been trying to take a shot to Wharton. We've seen him do that before off of those audibles. And this time, Chambers looking for Palmer. It's incomplete. He threw it a little too far behind, and that allowed Brown to break up the pass. Palmer had to come back for it. 3rd and 15. And Chambers got Godwin. Yes, he did. Beautiful catch along the sideline. We're going to come out here, single back, handoff to Samuel. And yeah, he got shut down. He got shut down hard. Brown in the backfield, bringing him down for a loss of 1. 3.5 minutes to go in this first half. And Chambers looking for the screen. He's got Barr. Barr trying to get out of harm's way, but he's not able to get the blocks he needs. He only had 1 guy out there and 4 defenders against him. Ends up leading to a gain of about 2. 3rd and 7. Another one? Yes, it is. This one should work. There we go. First down. Not a fan of calling back-to-back screens, but I can't really argue with success. So it got 10 yards. We got the first. 2-minute warning here coming up after this play. And White very patiently hitting the lane, and he's going to pop free into the open and finally dragged down at the 3. That was some patient running from the veteran. And the defense almost gives up a very big touchdown. White sort of kicking himself that he was able to get caught down at the 3. You never want to get caught from behind if you're a running back. Same with receivers. They don't like that. Chambers looking short, caught, touchdown. It's Wharton. 21-3. We're going to extend that lead now to almost 3 scores before we get to halftime. 1:53 to go in the first half. Philly trying to answer back to our 3rd touchdown, and oh man, I thought he caught it, but he's unable to hold on through the contact. Winfield breaking that up. 2nd and 10. They're going to need something good to happen here shortly if they want to be able to move down the field and add points. And a short play like that is not going to do it. 3rd and 7. They're going to run the hurry up. Hurts under pressure, pushed out of the pocket. He gets free, and he's pushed out at the 42. That was a good play. He bought enough time. He got the blocker he needed to get the first down, and did not put his team in a tough spot. 125, he conserved time by getting out of bounds. And there's a strike to Brown, and now Philly trying to put it together. Got a couple of plays now down to the 46. One more first, and they'll be in field goal range. Oh, a quick pass outside. Swift gets past Bronson, gets past Dean, and he's finally shoved out of bounds. They will not say he got out willingly, which means the clock runs, and they're going to call a timeout with 57 seconds left. Another quick pass. And a very nice completion. Dallas Goedert on the sidelines. That's going to put him in field goal range. So now they have points. The question is, how aggressive do they want to get? Do they want to try to add a touchdown? I would if I'm Philly. Uh-oh, Hurts. Oh, my God, he almost got out of there. Almost got away, but Vea said no. And now it's going to make him burn another timeout. That leaves him with 1. So I say they got about 2 solid plays to get something in the end zone here. And they'll do it with one. Devontae Smith split the defense right down the seam. And Philly is going to answer back in style here before the break. Wow, just as I said they had 2 plays, they just had to mock me and do it the very next play. 21-10 going into the break. Here we go back out here after the halftime break. 1st and 10, up by 11. That's going to be a handoff to Samuel, and he only gets 1. 2nd and 9. Chambers to throw it, looking short. He got Wharton, but Wharton's going to end up losing a yard. He should have just let that thing go over his head. 3 catches for 6 yards and a touchdown. That's crazy. That's a horrible stat line for a receiver to have. And Chambers deep over the middle. He's got Givens. Nathan Givens getting involved, and he'll get down to the 47 of Philly. Big play to get us moving once again. And now on first, we're going to go to Rachaad White, who tries to get outside. He'll get a nice gain of 4. He was looking to hit that edge, and he had some space. But once again, Philly doing a good job on the edge, not letting White do what White wants to do. And that's what you have to do. You know, you don't want to let him get loose and get comfortable. Uh-oh. Oh, he almost did there. Still a very good run. 7 for 66. Of course, a lot of that coming from that big run right before half. 1st and 10. Down inside field goal range. And Chambers, a beautiful strike to Wharton down to the 18. He threw it a little bit behind him. Wharton doing a great job of adjusting to the ball, making sure the defender didn't get it. And oh my God, another big hit. Philly trying to knock the wind out of everybody who touches that ball. James Blake's been on the receiving end of those all night. He'll get his 3rd catch. And here he go. Oh my God, I saw that coming. And it's Sullivan, the young defensive lineman that Philly brought in during the draft. Gets back there and absolutely abolishes the quarterback. Poor Chambers had nowhere to go with it. That play action really sold that play. And it doesn't matter though, because Palmer comes back with a big play of his own right over the middle and gets it down to the 1. 1st and goal from the 1. Shotgun formation here. Wharton in the slot to the left. And we're going to throw it. Oh my God, that scared the crap out of me. I thought that got intercepted. Oh my God. I thought that guy picked it off. I don't know how he didn't. 2nd and goal. Handoff. Samuel, easy touchdown. That's an easy touchdown. 27-10. As we continue to do what we've done best the whole last 8 weeks of the season. Let Chambers make some great plays over the middle, and then let our running backs finish the drives off and keep those things going. Excellent play calling so far, and it's got us with a commanding lead here going into the end of the 3rd quarter, 28-10. And now Philly, quick throw outside to Brown, and he'll get 3. Jalen Hurts has not had a very big day for them today. He's made a couple of nice throws lately, not a lot, you know, earlier on. That was another nice one, but 12, I mean, he is 12 of 15, but 108 yards. We've seen him take a lot of sacks and really just be under pressure quite a lot. And that is, of course, what has led to this big deficit. There hasn't been any turnovers so far. It's just, you know, good. Wow. Come on. Really? As soon as I say it, there hasn't been any turnovers. Jalen Hurts legitimately throws it right to Carlton Davis. That is crazy. What in the world, man? What are the chances of that? Oh, man. And now Chambers comes back out. 1st and 10, handed off to White. And he gets stood up after 2. Another handoff, this time to Barr. And he'll get it for, like, they say a yard or 2 yards, but it was really just a yard. It was 2nd and 8. Now it's 3rd and 7. And on 3rd and long, we're going to go to the air. Chambers finds Palmer again. He has been eating this defense alive, constantly getting open through the middle of the field. 4 for 74. And, of course, that early touchdown for him. They have just not had a single answer. I don't know there if one of them defenders was supposed to fall back and sort of pick him up in their zone, or if the safety dropped too far, but somebody messed up. 2 of them went with the underneath route, and it left Palmer open all by himself on that sort of like a corner or deep out route. And now it's Chambers. He's going to take off, and Chambers pushed out of bounds at the 10. Another nice run out of the read option. And this is turning into a blowout here with another touchdown coming. 1st and 10. Chambers back. Uh-oh, he's under pressure. He's going to try to run with it. And he'll take the slide after a few. Smart move. Live to see another day. And we can technically get a first down yet, but it's pretty much 2nd and goal. I mean, that's a very short line. And there's Palmer again. And, oh my God, how did he drop that? That is crazy. There's no way he dropped that. Wow. Well, we will at least, we'll get 3 out of it, but my God, how the heck did he drop that? Oh no. We're doing a fake, and he dropped it. Billy back out here with a chance to try and shorten this lead, or shorten this deficit, after the defense has shut us down the last couple of drives, but they need to put something together. That interception really hurt them as they started to sort of find some momentum. As Douglas with the catch, he'll get a gain of 6 or 7. 3rd and 3. And, oh my God, almost picked. I don't know how Lulu doesn't catch that. Philly gonna get saved there, just like we got saved on the drive prior a couple times. But they're gonna go for it. It's the playoffs. 9 minutes left, you're down by 21. I guess that makes sense. 4th and 3, they're gonna pitch it to Swift. And he will not get it. He's a yard short. And that is pretty much gonna wrap it up. We get ball at the 33. And really any points are going to make this that much more difficult. White up the middle. And he gets it down to the 30. A short gain of 3. Kobe Dean on the stop. And hand off to Samuel. And he's going to push forward to the 25. Rush defense. Yeah, they had a pretty good rush defense. That's why I wanted to throw it medium this week. Because it seemed that that's where they struggled. But we have done a pretty decent job, I would say. As Chambers throws it short, but it's just shy. Wow. I mean, that's a good play. That is a pretty good play. White just didn't run long enough routes. And now we're going to go for it. I guess to try to just shut this thing down. 7:24 to go. Handoff. Samuel gets the first. And that's going to let us run this clock down that much more and potentially, of course, add points. 6:55 now and ticking. Play action. Chambers. Oh, man, he has to throw it away. He did a good job there of just letting the play develop, and then once he knew he had no more time, he got rid of it. I like to see that. Now on 2nd, 3 split right. And Chambers is going to run it. And he'll just run it for a few. He'll slide, keep the clock moving. I would like to see us do like a play action here on 3rd and 6. We're in a running formation. We have Wharton one-on-one outside. And that's exactly what we do, minus the play action, and we get Wharton for the touchdown. I mean, look, man, it makes sense, right? You get them crowded up They know we're up big, gonna run the ball, and then you just go for the absolute dagger. Like, there was already sort of a dagger, but that's like the super dagger. This game is done. We're moving on to the championship game, folks. Well, it's safe to say that we completely dominated that game. 45-10 was the final. After that last touch on the Wharton, well, second to last, I just let it play through, and that was it. We ended up getting another rushing touchdown by Tyler Chambers, but it was a massacre. And we're gonna end up getting ourselves to the championship game, and look who it is that we're gonna be taking on. The Atlanta Falcons have made it. So the Falcons beat the Giants 28-25, and now the matchup to go to the Super Bowl is gonna be decided between us and Atlanta. That is crazy. A divisional matchup in the playoffs to decide who wins the conference. Wow, that is something else. We're definitely gonna be watching that one, of course. But as for this video, guys, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below if you guys are happy that the franchise is back. If you want me to go a little bit faster than normal, if you want me to stay doing what I do and just let it ride until I can, what you guys want to see. I mean, I'm all ears, guys. I mean, if you guys don't know this, the Back to the Basics series that I did that have actually really gotten me a lot of my recent subscribers is all of your guys' ideas. I pay attention to the comments. I look at everything. Even if I don't respond to you, it's not because I don't like your comment. It's not because of this. I might not think that I have something worthy of responding with, or, you know, I might not read it right away. Sometimes some of them get lost in the shuffle. But every single video I've done on the Back to Basics series that I did is all based off of questions and comments that I've gotten from you guys underneath my franchise videos or previous tip videos. So, like, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys want to see. And chances are, if it's something that I deem something worth doing a video on, I will definitely do a video on it. So again, let me know down below what you think. Before you head out, hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that bell notification, and I will see you guys next time.